Ashafo ya mama kwaba eba Pinax TV and some ahwana updates ayen saka in Ghana and beyond and ayede bremu ye shasia na ye call straight into issues around terrorism. Once we talk about terrorism, the popular issue that comes to our mouth is Boko Haram. Ye can about terrorism and I just say Boko Haram hun sensema and I just say edan krofano. One country we all know for issues around terrorism Nigeria. Some way there has been a collaboration to go on an operation between the U.S. Armed Forces and Nigeria Armed Forces, and they have gone after one major terrorist that, in fact, the world is actually looking for him, who happens to be Abu Bilal al-Muniku. Some way the U.S. President or the Nsembia Babeton Mountain so are addressing this issue also about operation between the U.S. Armed Forces and the Nigeria Armed Forces to go after this very popular terrorist, friend Abu Bilal al-Muniki. And the U.S. President Donald Trump, then some out the Abeton Mountains. So I say tonight, at my direction, a brave American forces and the armed forces of Nigeria flawlessly executed a meticulously planned and very complex mission to eliminate the most active terrorists in the world from the battlefield. Abu Bilal al-Muniki, second in command of the ISIS globally, thought he could hide in Africa, but little did he know we had sources who kept us informed on what he was doing. He will no longer terrorize the people of Africa or help plan operations to target Americans. With his removal in ISIS global operation is greatly diminished. Thank you to the government of Nigeria for your partnership on this operation. God bless America. President Donald Trump. When the president of America about issues around Boko Haram, terrorism, said the U.S. Armed Forces and the American Nigeria Armed Forces have gone straight into Nigeria to deal with or to kill this war terrorist Nidinde Abu Bilal al-Muniki. He thought he could have run away from everyone. He didn't know, say, they had eyes on him to know where exactly he was and then to be able to invade the premises. Or more action on our face. So this has become more or less like a lesson to people who deal with issues around terrorism, Boko Haram and all these things. Me can say about terrorism. We all know Nigeria to be one of the countries issues and activities are very strong. And in Nigeria and America, there's some media they've gone into a collaboration, operation to deal with this gentleman, friend Abu Bilal al-Muniki. And there's a video to this effect, how they stormed the premises of these terrorists and how they dealt with them on any lieutenants one. Question. So that was how they were able to catch Abu Bilal al-Muniki. Nigeria is one of the countries it's known for issues around Boko Haram, terrorism. They cause destructions of lives and properties at Nigeria and some parts of Pakistan, Burkina Faso, Mali and all that. But with Nigeria, it is known for it to be one of the places they reside. Some way the Nigerian president Anidinde Bola Ahmed Tinubu also confirmed said there was a joint operation between the U.S. Armed Forces and the Nigerian Armed Forces purposely to go against these people who are into this Boko Haram issues. Then some of their better points. I say overnight, Nigeria and the United States recorded a significant example of effective collaboration in the fight against terrorism. Our determined Nigerian Armed Forces working closely with the armed forces of the United States, conducted a daring joint operation that dealt a heavy blow to the ranks of the Islamic State. Some media, not just or China, there was this collaboration between the U.S. armed forces and Nigeria armed forces. Their aim was very simple and straightforward. They were going against people or people into Boko Haram issues, terrorism, and all those things. Also, earlier assessments confirmed the elimination of wanted ISIS senior leader Abu Bilal al-Muniki, also known as Abu Maniok, along with several of his lieutenants during a strike on his compound at Lake Chad Basin. Nigeria appreciates this partnership with the United States in advancing our shared security objectives. I extend my sincere gratitude to the President Trump for his leadership and unwavering support in this effort. I commend the personnel involved on both sides for their professionalism and courage, and I look forward to more decisive strikes against all terrorist enclaves across the nation. So this is coming from the President of Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, while confirming the earlier statements of the U.S. President Donald Trump, say there was a joint collaboration between these two countries as far as their military or their armed forces are concerned to go against these military people. Boko Haram issues and all that. Say, ATF for national cast your minds back at this issue of terrorism. It's not a national issue that is related to Nigeria alone. It's more or less like a global issue that has raised threats as far as terrorism activities are concerned. They storm a lot of countries, we to say Mali, Burkina Faso, Pakistan, and all that. When they go there, they try to distract lives, properties, and then put a lot of things on hold. Some media, there has been a joint operation and a collaboration between the U.S. Armed Forces and Nigeria Armed Forces. They've gone straight into the camp of these terrorists in some parts of northeast of Nigeria. Now, there's been this top-notch terrorist, friend Abu Bilal al-Muniki. Some media, omunsa kano ne lieutenants phobia, omuchana chese, we wukra onka atiasfansa. And as same way one some media Nigerian eye, Eden summer better months since omuchre said yeah, US President and President of the Republic of Nigeria, Canada, because according to them, no. Top-notch terrorist or Moka says they killed him somewhere 2024. So what they are saying, they find it very hard to believe. So on your screen you'll see Nigerian Army releases names of terrorist commander killed. Their names are Abu Bilal Muniki, aka Abu Bakar Mainok, head of ISIL, Farouk provinces, and Haruna Isiya Bodiri. So this is coming from the Nigerian eye. Our Moitre say, and what the U.S. Armed Forces and Nigerian Armed Forces are boasting about, say, almost a top-notch terrorist that some media they've dealt with him on kites as a phone. It's never true. This is a dead news. This is something that has happened already far back as 2024. Into somewhere 4th April 2024. So it means that it's been over 2 years. Top-notch terrorists here, about say, it's not true. It's just one of those lies from the armed forces of these two countries. So that has been it about issues on Boko Haram as far as terrorism is concerned. Yet also Ako and Semfu from Wana some media call straight into issues around ST0RM MP a friend or Henry Frimpong. Few days back now, it's here for an Asha for Mamunyanti, yes, sir. The MP for ST0RM, some media, he's been detained by FBI following some allegations around issues around sexual harassment, so fraudulent activities related to money. And MP ba Eden summer better months some media on one kasa ba beka bibi say people are saying so much. People are talking about a lot of things. The public is saying so much. Say he was involved in this, he was involved in that. So on your screens, the MP for ST0RM Ohene Frimpong, we popularly know call him OK Frimpong. So you can see him very much okay on your screens, you know, enjoying music, playing that keyboard and all that. So that was Ohene Frimpong, Asante Achim MP nyina as OK Frimpong, and chaye na yenya ntiye se some radio otu kwan ana ya na so otu kwan na I mean yekoche no wo playing this on issues around fraudulent activities, sexual harassment issues, and a whole lot issue when better on. So a number of people have expressed their opinions on it. Some parliamentarians have expressed opinions on it. And Motra said they've even gone ahead to give him a lawyer to look into the case. Say, is he guilty, or is there more to the issue, or what at all is happening to our very own MP Ohene Frimpong? Some radio, a lot of people have said so much from where he is an MP. People who stay in those vicinities, Asante Atim, some parts of Ashanti region, they've all shared their grievances. They've all shared some issues around it. Omura Hopan said this issue didn't happen to any other MP than their own MP. Ohene Frimpong, OK Frimpong, Akasa. There has been a post on this issue concerning the detainment of the MP for Asante Atim. There has been a detainment on this issue concerning the detainment of the Asante Achim MP. A lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying one thing or the other about it. It's not really looking good for some people. So a lot of issues on it. People are talking about. There has been a video trending about a particular man. Crowd. His own MP there should be more to it. There has been in the video. No, he's talking so much. All kind of.
Money laundering. Wow, I'm happy. But how people that can't give me that, they will be saying, and then we will be saying, but to God be the glory. Don't have me praying. Now we must come out more at once. Really? I can make a say. I'm saying here, or would you tell me your work at 7 minutes?
In this same issue, this man, Ohene Frimpong, Asante Achim MP, Wababekasa, or the Nsembia Babeton Mountain. So, in a conversation with him and a black rasta through a phone call, he said so much that a number of people are attributing the cause of his arrest to a lot of things. He's here to clear the air. Say, this was the cause, that was the cause. Video number.
Do with money laundering. Wow, I'm happy. But how Nipa that can't give me that, they will be saying, yeah, or would detain me or more catch them and say, Asemino, to do with money laundering. Wow, I'm happy. But how Nipa that can't give me that, they will be saying, and then we will be 335. But to God be the glory. Let us be brave. Now you must come out more at once. Really? I can make a say. Mina, I'm saying here, or would detain me or more catch them and say, Asemino, to do with money laundering. Wow, I'm happy. But how Nipa that can't give me that, they will be saying, and then we will be 335. But to God be the glory. Let us be brave. Now you must come out more at once. Really? I can make a say. Mina, I'm saying here, or would detain me or more catch them and say, to do with money laundering. Wow, I'm happy. But for Nipa, but can't give me that. The say will be see, 100 million, will be 335. What to put in but to God be the glory. Men can be brave.
Asem dear Martini but main country, to God be the glory. I hope this brings a certain reassurance to the people of Asante Achem North and the people of Ghana who love this man. Nobody is bigger than Ghana. Where a crime has been committed, we will go full length and full fledged to deal with it. He didn't know that I tried a certain quick recording. That's why the tape is so bad, because it's not professional. I wanted to keep it so that when he returned, then I'll tell him, thank you so much, you honored me. When they gave you one chance to speak to one person, you chose me. You don't know what that means to me. You could have called your mother. You could have called your father. You could have called your wife. You could have called your constituency, whoever. You could have even called Alban Bagbin. But you decide to call me. But that's the trust he had. Quick! I wanted to keep this recording and cherish it forever. But upon further thoughts, I just felt that you deserve to listen to this small part. You heard his reaction. So a romance scam. He laughed and said, hey, romance scam, bang. I've never been involved in any romance scam. All they have told me so far is money laundering. Of course, he has a forex bureau. Did somebody pass something through there that was illegal? We will get to see. If he's guilty, we will go full length. And you can trust Black Rasta to be able to deal with this. I don't like criminals and thieves. If it's something that happened in the past, I hear. But remember that crime has no expiry date. We might not go headlong and chastise you so hard because you have demonstrated that you have become a better person. And we all become better people. I did something 40 years ago. I slapped a certain woman and she lost her tooth. I have become a man of God now. I'm fighting against violence and whatever. If after 40 years this matter comes up, I am sure people will look at the track record. After what I did, how did I rescue myself? And they might not be as harsh on me as they would have if I hadn't changed. Am I making sense? My brother, my sister. Now, OK, Frimpong told me another thing. He said the Parliament of Ghana is helping a lot. Now, there is an MP from the Volta region. He's called Roxin Nelson Dafiamekpo. This guy, I like him. Dafiamekpo. He said there was an international warrant for the arrest of OK Frimpong from April. They are just getting to hear about it now. So the FBI, after all the investigations from 2019, decided that it was time to clamp OK Frimpong down from April. The Parliament of Ghana is also in the melee supporting OK Frimpong. And they've even brought in a lawyer by name Joe Appiah. And Joe Appiah is the one who is the personal lawyer of OK Frimpong right now as we speak. But remember, they gave him only 5 minutes to speak with me. We were still speaking when it went bing, 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 bing. 5 minutes was up. But I had heard everything I needed to hear. Again, nobody is bigger than Ghana. Dash. If he is innocent, may he come back and even become more famous. Because sometimes some of these things, they rather put you in the limelight. And that will put pressure on you to even deliver more and be a better person. But if he is guilty, oh my God, I will be the person to throw the first stone. And you would follow. Because nobody is bigger than Ghana. In conclusion, he told me, Black, watch it. I am returning to the parliament soon. Is the Black Point. AKA Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power.
So that was an interview, a phone call interview between Black Rasta and the detained MP, OK Frimpong, Asante Achim MP. In the interview, he's clearing the air. Yes, he has been detained, but issues and focus about romance scams and a whole lot. No, it's not true. But for money laundering, he has affirmed, say, FBI detaining for money laundry. So people talking so much. He knows people can talk so much, but then the main reason in here, detaining issues relating to money laundry or transfer. Not just the Parliament of Ghana, they've really been helpful to him as far as his detention is concerned. In the same issue, yet was one of the veteran journalist. One journalist, we know him for issues around politics and a whole lot of things. Kwesi Pratt. And also the Nanoa Babetusa in some way the detainment of Ohene Frimpong or also Babekana Sama Fama say this whole issue they're detaining OK Frimpong, it's not really looking good as far as his position as a parliamentarian and an MP is concerned. No, when they say for this year, it's not really looking good for Ghana and then people of Asante Achim. He's made a post on it on your screen. So try say guilty, not guilty yet. Unfortunately, much of the public commentary on the arrest of Kwame Ohene Frimpong, member of Parliament of Asante Achim North constituency in Holland. In Holland, on suspicion of committing an international crime, paints him as a criminal. Or try not to say this issue about the detainment of Ohene Frimpong, it's making him look like a criminal because once his picture and then the issue is escalating all over for him, he thinks that it's painting this gentleman as a criminal. Well, the position is of the law is clear. Until he has been convicted by a competent court of law, Frimpong remains a suspect and has rights which ought to be respected. These rights include access to lawyers of his choice, his right to remain silent, and to be free from of torture. Or until say court of law, Beka say indeed he's guilty of this whole crime. No, he has the right as a human being, as a person, to be free. Credible reports say that Frimpong is under investigation in connection with alleged financial crimes involving money laundering and suspected online romance scams amounting to nearly 35 US million. Or China to say some media it is alleged say OK Frimpong there has been issues with him our FBI say is related to money laundering and I feel so almost suspect to say he has issues around him about romance scams that amounted to $32 million. The investigations leading to his arrest are said to have lasted for more than a year. Almost try not to say and some detaining issues around his arrest. It has been with FBI for some time now. It means that they've been suspecting him for over a year now on issues relating to money scams and fraudulent activities and all that. In the same issue of the MP for Asante Achim, Ohene Frimpong, as OK Frimpong, there has been a gentleman, a man, an old man, be ordinance Samabeton Mountain, so or say See, this is not the first time an African has done this. Why don't we compare to what the foreigners did to us? They came to steal from us. They came to do a whole lot of things in Africa. We didn't chase them. We did nothing to them. Why is it that they see or no as a black okay frimpong or you say detaining or no the ojituma ye crime straight bullets to NFA, so the President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Ultra said, some media, they have to step into the case. Okay, Frimpong has to be freed. There are a whole lot of issues. So as he has to come back for them to, solve a whole lot.
Our sisters and top of brother head. One more now go to for Munna Solina. Sikago of Yana what you buy. One more wrong day. No beer when you answer when I saw no was covered here. The judging of Bono was kind of beneath to me, I say. Or when I want them, no be beneath here, no Benny Bokra when you feel better. No, I have a crowd better than 9 years. I want them. Monsieur take come from Pont Free. At Antiatum North. Mahama, what I say to be a hotel. What can be here? One no man penny for in Africa now. It's an editor that video. Or no slow bibia, and my answer home, and for whom, Munino, or Yabanibia. Now will be blowable. Be more than more good. And there's a number of scar. No, but no better to in the scan here. No, I've just got the gamma on my Yakocho. But we're not diagonal. One more mother will chrono. Yatuobi. One book on that one competitor, and it will be believed again. Not what we told Boniska, Kayamana Basso. A quarter to a bomb, a ball, a flat, boy, some more serving. Our Libya, Gaddafi Jano, or so me could not some Montenegro court of Hagu. Justice, or me did not some Libya. And for a moment more could not do. No much to say some. Whenever no, they told Boniban on Nancy Kaila. Chayachu one and Sika. I just got none Scar. Musing on the curse, continue and Scar into a Binama Jemfa. Now, and no more to a man when Asia can be home. Africa, San America, and Yagana, yet we bedimo. The whole Africa will be a way to be almost on in young control of no. Now, sound on my Gaddafi in the club, and Uncle Kunukwa. I said, you shoot a golden pencil. Now, God, who to God now on the vessel? I don't know. Chow. Nana go do muscle. None one say. Now, go be a police can go for 50. Now, they can go to the coma and take a show. On your conference, on your bonnet, Munano, as I catch him off, Yanya Blue, and yes, sir. On my penny, who be our loser, what have you? I have my mother, you have a free. Yeah, you are your begging out to die and your blood. Most I bet you will count, not just any two, most of tobacco account. And from my penny, so now, or 2 for me now, sorry now. Well, and ya, a chiniasi head. So where I hate Chinia, now I get friend to my, now I'm going to chow. And you brand Albano. And you brand Albano. More man, quite to say, I will be a bam. One more Cassandra can be up to. Korea will be a first come more. Can't Brazil. Shaking on quite come more. I don't know, but you can't watch you. Send us as a CNT or go to tour. What the got you run? I said, don't to her. Who will be not natural. Come to one who never did in us here. And I'm the one in a child. On my penny, the one from my Yama Santia turned off, and not Dana Fanano, who will grant me your visa. What they are not here to watch him also, Atiana, and this camera will tell you. Or Chankoko, or Chamontuma. One more in your fridge. One more you free hospital. Scholarships. You're going near my way. Now I never know so they are going to have a man with one. A dear bonnet pa noya. 80. And some way. My member back as a peer. And there is your back to you now. That's a first watching. You don't. Plus, you know, man's got to you. Well, but you are no cafe. And Parana noon street would dry a train station and more curious. Those need to own you say, well, come here, never in a Bama milk, a wire day. I don't know before Mamma, you bless her. Or Bampany. On Manafo, Nana Mahama, Manuasi, could you blend and watching ye?
So that was a concerned citizen of Asante Achem North. And we have to clap for their MP. This is not the first time they recorded this issue. They came to Ghana, some parts of Ghana, some parts of Africa. They scammed us, they stole from us. We didn't do anything with them. And I didn't know no MPD. BBC ya detaining na FBI a whole lot of issues about the whole case. Or China for his MPD, they have to clap for him. He's been doing so much for them at Asante Achem North, from scholarship to clothes, and to money they are there. Or the China so much and check on 1 week I didn't see that. I was a win so back. So when they straight to the president of the land, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, our church says some media was said, President be found not in Temtemiara, Yakoche MP or Henry Frimpong, okay Frimpong, if he FBI edin back no nya boni biaye. So that has been the issue around the detainment of OK Frimpong. In the coming days, a whole lot of updates as far as his detention as FBI air concerned, as to whether FBI for be releasing and I said they'll keep holding on to the case. No, if anybody trade na the ABCBA ye Bema Maswante. Yet also another go straight into the camp of the president of our land, the first gentleman, President John Dramani Mahama. Or then send me about mountain so all say one of the person okasa bebe na MP before there sa agenda 111 no nsem omo buy say omo ba be, and he thinks that the implementation of the whole thing, no, it wasn't the best. Now for him and his government and his political party there, they've targeted to do 35 or to construct 35 hospitals for the good people of Ghana. Let's go and listen to some of the contents of the video he came out with.
Agenda 111 hospitals, I don't think it was a very prudent idea to start 111 hospitals at the same time. At least they should have been phased out, but some are at foundation level. Even some of them, people took the mobilization and never went to site. Yoko is going after them. But what government has decided is that 35 that were almost near completion, government this year is going to put money in and continue them and complete them. And then adequate provision will be made in the next budget to clear another batch of them. Agenda 111 hospitals, I don't think it was a very prudent idea to start 111 hospitals at the same time. At least they should have been phased out, but some are at foundation level. Even some of them, people took the mobilization and never went to site. Yoko is going after them. But what government has decided is that 35 that were almost near completion, government this year is going to put money in and continue them and complete them. And then adequate provision will be made in the next budget to clear another batch of them.
So that was the first gentleman of our country, and President John Dramani Mahama. Our church says agenda 111 issue and as a policy the new patriotic party for your margin some implementing. He sees it to be outrageous, because how can you be able to construct 111 hospitals just at a go? So for him and his government, they are assuring Ghanaians that they are going to construct 35 hospitals to help enhance health issues in our country. So that was some of the things he brought up. So for him, it is 35 hospitals. That's the assurance they are giving to Ghanaians, say they will be implementing in the coming days. Yet also concern for more and China, on the world market, say this war between Israel and Iran, it has created a whole lot of saga. Issues around petroleum and then diesel. No, Kamia said because of that particular war, no, there will be some sort of increase in amount and as the cost of diesel and petrol in the world market. I mean, to Ghana, it will affect the cost of goods and services. In the government of the day intervene just to bring down some sort of stabilize goods and stabilize the cost of petroleum and diesel. Ghana for so I mean so on your screen it says the government to absorb 1 pesos per liter of diesel for the next 2 pricing windows starting tomorrow 16th May. This is from the Energy Minister, Dr. Jinapo the Energy Ministry, and Ghana government as a whole, they are helping to reduce the cost of petroleum and diesel. We won't be experiencing high cost of goods and services. So also on your screen, it says that government continuous intervention to cushion customers at the pumps. Following a cabinet meeting chaired by His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama, government reviewed developments on the international petroleum markets and approved a temporary measure aimed to cushioning customers from rising fuel prices. So this was a meeting that was chaired by the President of Ghana. The aim of the meeting is, the cost of petroleum diesel from kakra ama Ghana for high. The government made a temporary intervention in the pricing of petroleum products effective 16th April 2026 by absorbing 2 cedis per liter on the price of diesel and then 0.36 pesos per liter on petrol. The intervention was intended to remain in force for 1 month ending 15th May 2026 to cushion consumers from the impacts of rising global prices driven by geopolitical tension. This part says somewhere 16th April and a buying decided say they are going to absorb some parts of the cost of petrol and diesel. The aim they say say increase the price of petrol and diesel, it will raise the price of goods and services. So government intervenes and they are continuing the same initiative from today. Absorb some parts of it. One Ghana said the 7 pesos. Following the latest review, government has decided to intervene in the price of diesel by absorbing 1 cedi 7 pesos per liter effective 16th May 2026. This decision is necessary to ensure sustainable distribution of petroleum products across the country while continuing to provide relief to customers. When there are some there the government absorb the cost of petrol and diesel with the aim consumers and Ghanaians I think is a call in the right direction. This intervention is expected to last for a period of 2 pricing windows subject to review. So issue in better months, a number of Ghanaians a section of them are so happy because say we are attributing the cost or the rising cost of petrol to Israel-Iran war. Your governments of the day say they are absorbing some parts of it. When you go to the market, you shouldn't experience increase in sales of goods and services near there. It means that Ghanaians have to experience that sort of comfort and a whole lot of issues. So that has been that as far as issue around petrol and diesel is concerned. So it means that the governments of the day are absorbing some parts of it starting from today, 16th May 2026. Yet once we consent for go straight into the camp of the Finance Minister of Ghana, Kizel Atoforsen. Some radio say and I said what is on the table now is that Ghana is out of IMF. So IMF bailout. Some radio after 3 years, Ghana could the IMF and with monetary support he's here to announce formally through a press release and a press conference and a press briefing say right now Ghana is officially out of IMF bailout or the Zambia better mountain. So with regards to the press briefing,
this announcement marks the definitive end of Ghana's financial bailout relationship with the IMF. The government of Ghana is exceedingly grateful to the people of Ghana for their sacrifices, resilience, and forbearance. The government of Ghana is also exceedingly grateful to our bilateral creditors, the Official Creditors Committee, and our external and domestic investors for their collective sacrifice. Going forward, the government of Ghana announces an engagement with the IMF on Policy Coordination Instrument, PCI. The PCI is a form of technical assistance engagement with the IMF. It is a non-financing instrument designed to help countries implement economic reforms and signal commitment to policies that the financial market will be very comfortable with, and unlock financing from private investors and other development partners. For the avoidance of doubt, the PCI does not provide financial bailout, but it will offer continuous capacity development, confidence boost to the market, and deliver a catalytic effect for fresh financing to Ghana. This non-bailout technical assistance policy coordination instrument will complement government effort to achieve investment grade in the near future. Achieving investment grade is very important and significant to the people of Ghana. It will lower sovereign and private sector borrowing costs and attract long-term institutional investors, increase foreign direct investment, and unlock cheaper financing for critical infrastructure development and private sector growth. Ultimately, this engagement will support government of Ghana's effort to accelerate sustainable development, create jobs, and raise living standards for all Ghanaians. President Mahama and his administration remain fully committed to good governance, prudent economic management, fiscal discipline, and creating an attractive environment for both domestic and international investment. Thank you very much.
So that was the Finance Minister of Ghana, Kessel Atoforsen, and Odin Sam Eto Mountain. So I'll say, some ready Ghana officially we are out of IMF bailout. And after 36 months, me say 3 months and 3 years. You could the IMF and Sunday some ready yet assembly officially. Ghana is out of IMF. We are not going there. We do not owe IMF anymore. Or some anyone or some so say some way they say you call IMF for one they are not you some sort of technical guidance and then oversight to ensure say the country is at a flow. It means that say omo call IMF for bioma. I mean omo call financial advice and a technical advisor. Send a bear after IMF bailouts no issues around all sectors no come near the idea. So that's the issue on IMF. Some radio. The country Ghana is no more in the hands of IMF. We've been able to, pay our debts and there has been sanity and all that. So if you are going back to IMF, according to the finance minister, or China to some media say you require IMF for not just say it's in relation to technical issues and advice in the aspect of monetary wise at the idea. So that is that with Ghana at IMF and how Ghana has successfully come out of IMF. Yet was one consent from Sayeka one of the monarchs and Sayeka Ahimfwa that are very recognized and respected in Ghana and beyond. Everybody knows him. Not just a Otunfo or say to any other UPSC. Almost 60th anniversary, inviting as a keynote speaker. Now, Okoju what the not just from students to people around and all that. To be any say Otunfo Pana by University of Professional Studies. And say you so move phone say you try to be more yourself in near there be more so your live near there. Yan kwhwe kwan osi okopiem wo UPS ni Nigeria nkofo enya efa ho. People were from students to teachers, lecturers, and teaching and non-teaching staffs obi aba show Otunfo say to because baba be PM UPSC baba be PM dia na say obi was selfie bi obi wo video kakra okoko channel say na be onu nso betimi abrage say onu nso hu Otunfo o say tutu ne campus ana wa Accra ti yenkwohwe kwan ya video no say na esikoye wo UPSC. to also concern from one, not just in Ghana and beyond. If you are looking for a well-respected, a well-recognized monarch, and not just you can't say you are going to mention first two without mentioning the Otunfoɔ say to the monarch for the Asante Kingdom. I mean, from Ghana and beyond, he's well recognized and respected and hailed. Yeah, anyway, Okopiemu Ewo UPSC, University of Professional Studies, Ewa Accra, na just say, Oju wadi na enije so pa na etwehia wo hode na enya asem ketwa. From students to teaching staff, non-teaching staff, ni a whole lot of people be shame. Everybody wants to see that Ampa Otunfoɔ say to aba bedu UPSC. So they were there to, take shots of it, and people were on live to project someone. So Otunfoɔ say to Ewo campus. Yeah, how he, got to UPSC, and then how the crowd were all over to, to welcome him, to wish him well, to take shots of him, and all that. Say to how he got to the campus of UPSC. I mean, a lot of people were so happy to see him. I mean, be a phones. A bit more alive. I mean, Otunfoɔ say to Arabe PMU UPSC. So maybe say why is Otunfoɔ say to at UPSC? And he was invited as a special guest for a Ghana business leadership conclave. A part of the 60th anniversary of UPSC. So he was there as a keynote speaker. Or about issues related to business and leadership. So I mean, overall, how he entered, it was so beautiful and so nice, and a lot of people were happy and excited about Otunfoɔ say to being at UPSA to be part of the 60th anniversary of the university. Yankoshe kwanya osi edru. At UPSA or Hini Kunedu Auditorium, chese ore mu no obi ani age just they were welcoming him, wishing him well, taking pictures, you know, people on live and all that. At the auditorium, the Vice Chancellor of UPSA, Dr. KK Sapon, or the Nsembi to Mountain, so I appreciated the efforts of Otunfo Seitutu, and you know, it will surprise you to know, say Otunfo Seitutu was some connection with the university some years back, no. Not just na oko school kakra or honum and Mira Kenda, former finance minister, had a connection and how they were rolling through Medina and all that is helped to Canada and a whole lot of issues. So it's all like a new place to Otunfo Seitutu. He's actually schooled at Otunfo UPSA. Vice Chancellor for UPSA, Dr. KK Sapon, or the same to Mountain, so how he appreciates his exemplary leadership and the efforts he puts in place as far as not just being chief as Asanteman, but beyond his region. You know, he does so much, not just in Ghana but abroad near the was also presenting with a very huge gift. Yankonko share coin of us, so yes, sir.
You have everything. Everything is at your feet. However, I want this occasion to be remembered forever. So at least I can find a place, whether in the palace or in the museum. This is the letter that the investor professionals and his own want to give to you for honoring us with your invitation and delivering that powerful speech, which I believe will be circulated widely. We give you this
That was how the Vice Chancellor of UPSA, Dr. KK Sapon, appreciate you. Otunfo Seitutu when their portrait kese pan just say oswo and say the sika aswan san akwakodru Kumasi. It was a nice gesture from Dr. KK Sapon. I appreciate the presence of Otunfo Seitutu UPS. He was also commending for his exemplary leadership and his support to Ghana and then issues around kinship, not just in Ghana and beyond. On the same issue, I mean, Otunfo Seitutu UPS here, you can't say that Ghanaians or Asanteman will go without, you know, showcasing culture. I mean, you can't do what dancer, then it is associated with people who are from Ashanti. So there were lots of display of, you know, that the what dance beautifully displayed during the event.